So apparently, the Meta employees are launching a protest against mouse tracking tech at their US offices. This is completely unacceptable, the Meta employees scream. This is what we do to our users. How dare Mark Zuckerberg treat us like users? This is just unconscionable. And this is why I giggle at Silicon Valley. This is why I laugh when they wave their dumbass flags. Dear Silicon Valley employees, please do everybody a favor. Take your rainbow flags, take your pastel flags, take your Palestinian flags, wipe your ass with them and flush them down the toilet, because then at least you vile, disgusting people would actually be being honest. It's amazing how horrified Silicon Valley employees are when they realize how the blood money gets made. Anyways, yeah, this is just my frustration. I've been on YouTube since 2009, been the ups, been the downs, dealt with all of this stuff, and I always find it hilarious when Google employees are out there waving flags, Palestine and pastel colors and all that kind of stuff. And it's at the exact same time, their own systems are just gut punching basically everybody that tries to use their platforms. But anyways, you can't explain morality or ethics to a Silicon Valley employee. They just don't understand. It's like trying to explain calculus to a dog. Sitting there with a Silicon Valley employee and going, you do understand what you're doing, right? One of the reasons I find this kind of thing funny is I talk about the concept of the rapist mentality, right? The metaphorical rapist. Do you know who that is based off of? Do you know how long ago I came up with that concept? I came up with that concept about a decade ago towards Mark Zuckerberg, right? He wants your private data. If you don't give it to him normally, then he'll basically change the system so that it leaks out anyway. If that doesn't work, he'll do something else. If that doesn't work, he'll do something else. Basically, the idea with Mark Zuckerberg and the metaphor, the rapist mentality, is he wants what he wants. How dare, don't you understand how it pains him when you do not give up your consent? By God, you will give up your consent either voluntarily or with a roofie in your drink, as far as Mark Zuckerberg seems to be concerned. But all of these Meta employees have been making their hundreds of thousands of millions of dollars basically screwing over the user base of the world, and they don't seem to have a moral or ethical problem with that. But by golly, Meta turns their tools against them. And all of a sudden, that's just not right. This is not what you do to the colonizers. This is what you do to the colonized. So anyways, yeah, it's kind of curious. So I talked about this before. And I don't really know how I feel about it, just in general. Again, don't get me wrong, I love to be snarky about Silicon Valley, I love to be snarky about AI, and I definitely love to be snarky about that metaphorical rapist bastard of Mark Zuckerberg. But this, I'm not really sure how I feel about. Basically, Meta is trying to become a premier AI company. I can be very snarky about that. Don't understand why. But anyways, right? Mark Zuckerberg is desperate for relevancy, right? Getting to that midlife crisis point, desperate for relevancy. So they're trying to become a premier AI company because, I don't know, everybody else is doing it, I suppose. And so the big thing is trying to get more data. More data. How do you get more data? And so the idea is to create the new models, the models of the future, is that they are going to track actual user input onto systems to give data for these models to train on. So basically imagine screen capture, a RAT or mode administration tool essentially. So your clicks are captured and your mouse movements are captured and all that kind of stuff is captured. And the idea being somehow you shove this into a neural network and you get gold out the other side. That's as far as I can understand the business rationale of this is. And I don't know. You know, it is what it is. It is what you know. You're using company computer. They're theoretically using this to train a product that they're going to be pushing out. They're going to try to sell. That's going to be paying your salary at the end of the day. You should be using your computer for business purposes anyway. You know, I get all different sides of the story, and this has just kind of come down the pike. I do think this is interesting from the whole concept of finding the proper excuse to do something that people would find intolerable. So one of the big things that happened with the whole remote work from home movement is that companies wanted to supervise their employees to make sure that they were actually working from home. So basically they installed these RATs, remote administration tools, onto people's systems to track keyboard usage, mouse usage, all of that kind of stuff in order to verify people are actually working, right? And people were horrified. Oh my golly. How dare my employer wants to make sure that they're actually paying me to do something. Anyways, and there was all these mouse wigglers and all kinds of weird shit came out of that. But it's like everybody lost their mind. And so I think, again, one of the interesting things I find in the technology world sometimes is that simply by selling something as a different type of product, sometimes people will accept it more. So if you create this product that's going to track everybody's utilization of a computer and you using it for management supervisory purposes, right? That's 1984. That's horrible. Right. If you create this product over here that's going to track all the utilization on a computer, but it's used to train artificial intelligence for the next product, oh, that's visionary. Basically same product. The only difference is what data store or database everything is getting dumped into. Basically the same product. So that's one of the things that I've been interested with this, is just to see how well it will fly with the whole, basically how this stuff is being sold. Apparently, in the meta world, they're having a little bit of a hissy fit on it. How dare you track us? How dare you track us? No. We track them. This is coming from Reuters. Meta employees distributed flyers in multiple U.S. offices on Tuesday to protest the company's recent installation of mouse tracking software on their computers, according to photos of the pamphlets seen by Reuters. The flyers, which appeared in meeting rooms, on vending machines, and atop toilet paper dispensers at the Facebook owners' offices, encouraged staffers to sign an online petition against the move. Quote, don't want to work at the employee data extraction factory. Yes. Look, we're here to illegitimately extract data out of our stupid users. We do not condone data being extracted from us. I just find this hilarious with Meta. Again, like with, if Microsoft did this, again, Microsoft is not a great, perfect, wonderful company by any stretch of the imagination. But, if the employees there were like pushing back on this, I get it. It's the corporate world, whatever. What I find hilarious about this is that the employees of Meta, right, the company that will get your data by hook or by crook, has a real issue of those practices being used against them. That's what I find funny here. And this is also, I think, a bigger issue we have in Silicon Valley and with these big tech companies, where the employees fundamentally do not seem to grasp what they're getting paid for. And so they make these grandiose statements, and they think they're on the right side of history. It's kind of like, how do I put this? Imagine you have a Nazi. Imagine you have an SS officer, right, during World War II. And they help a little old lady across the street. Yeah. Look at what good people they are. Look, I'm an amazing person. I stopped and helped a little old lady across the street. Or imagine you have a whole team of SS people, and they go out and they pick up litter in the local park. And they're like, yeah, look at how good we are. We're out there picking up litter in the public park. And then you're like, yeah, but your day job is to gas people. I'm not saying you should stop picking up litter in the park. Do that. Help little old ladies across the street. But you might also want to stop gassing people. Well, you're just focused on the wrong thing, Eli, the computer guy. I'm like, lordy. Let's see here. They asked, according to photos seen by Reuters, the pamphlet distribution comes about a week before Meta is set to lay off 10% of its workforce. And so again, I do love these employees. Yes, please sign the online petition so that Meta knows exactly who the hell to lay off. It is the most visible sign to date of a nascent labor movement brewing inside the social media giant, as at least some staffers begin to channel their rage over the company's plans to reshape its workforce around AI into labor organizing efforts. And again, I just want to remind everybody, think about the massive disruptions of society that Facebook has created over the years, that these people have been more than happy to make money off of. Now that the disruptions are hitting their jobs, again, that is a bridge too far. Let's see. Meta spokesperson Andy Stone asked for comment on the matter, pointed Reuters to an earlier statement the company had issued on the mouse tracking technology. Quote, if we're building agents to help people complete everyday tasks using computers, our models need real examples of how people actually use them, things like mouse movements, clicking buttons, and navigating drop-down menus, it said. The pamphlets and the petition both cite the U.S. National Labor Relations Act, saying, quote, workers are legally protected when they choose to organize for the improvement of working conditions. A UTAW representative confirmed the UK campaigns to Reuters. Quote, Meta's workers are paying the price for management's reckless and expensive bets. While executives chase speculative AI strategies, staff are facing devastating job cuts, draconian surveillance, and the cruel reality of being forced to train the inefficient systems being positioned to replace them, said Eleanor Payne, an organizer with UTAW. And here's the problem with this. I both agree with them, but I don't think they quite understand the ramifications of agreeing with them. So yes, management right now, again, Mark Zuckerberg trying to deal with his midlife crisis, going after AI or VR or whatever the hell next thing is going to be, right? They are dumping hundreds of billions of dollars into the snipe hunt, which I do think is absolutely and utterly ridiculous. The problem that I don't think a lot of these employees seem to grasp, because they don't really understand how any of this seems to work, is that at this point in time, as I've argued for a while, Meta should essentially become what is called a blue chip company, which is basically the IBM of the world, the Dell of the world, right? The HP of the world. Basically a company that just trucks along doing what it's doing, bringing in a shocking amount of profit, and then providing those dividends to their shareholders. Basically, they're a communications advertising company. They haven't had a breakthrough idea in golly knows how long, and even their new products that are doing well are all things that Mark Zuckerberg purchased. Like when was the last truly visionary thing you saw out of Facebook that is actually going to change the world? They just keep flopping. And so one of the arguments here from these employees is they're like, yeah, you need to stop wasting money on these artificial intelligence things because that is stripping money that could be taken to pay us. Here's the thing they don't seem to grasp. Yeah, no, they do. They do need to stop this whole AI idiocy and then still fire half the company. What? You're not in growth mode anymore. Dear tech employees, you got old. Look, I'm 50. Or I'm almost 50. Fuck me, I'm getting really close to 50. I am months away from 50. Believe me, I grasp the concept of how painful this can be when I'm saying this to you. Like, I grasp the concept of my midlife crisis was a decade ago. I'm getting to be old enough that my midlife crisis is over a decade old. It is hard when you get old. It is. You lose the fight sleeping, right? Literally, right before I was supposed to go off and do my last class for Silicon Dojo, I went to pick up a box. I want you to understand, my fingers barely grazed the box. And I did something to my back. I was on the ground in agony. I was in agony for 4 days because I'm not even joking, I touched the box. That's what happens when you get to be about 50, right? You get older, shit changes. You're no longer a kid anymore. And so that's one of the things too, with a lot of these Meta employees, I don't think they quite grasp the concept, is basically, yes, should Mark Zuckerberg stop most of this crap with AI? Yes. And should he also fire half of his staff? Also, yes. So you might get what you're asking for, and then in fact also get the consequences of what you're asking for too. We'll see how it goes. I do just find this weird with the Silicon Valley right now. They are just so pampered and they're so privileged. and they don't even understand it. They don't get it, right? Like, that's the whole thing. Like, I am not anti you making $200,000 a year for eating quinoa toast and taking naps. Look, if you can get paid to do it, God bless, right? I've told stories about buddies of mine making a shit ton of money basically to do nothing. Sometimes that's how the world works. But here's the difference between my friends and that type of thing and a lot of these jackasses. My friends knew it was stupid. My friends knew it was stupid. They're looking at this idiocy of, I'm getting paid a lot of money to eat quinoa toast. This can't possibly continue very long now, can it? Right? And they put their money into S&P 500 index funds and the whole 9 yards. The problem that I see with so many of these young technology professionals is they actually think they're worth it. They actually think them eating quinoa toast and taking naps is in fact worth hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, and that they're so good at shoving that quinoa toast down their throats and taking those naps. By God, the company better listen to them when they have a problem. And it's like, kids, kids. It's gonna be hard in the next couple of years. This next couple of years, gonna be brutal. Gotta be brutal. So anyways, what do you think about this? What do you think about the Meta employees rebelling of having their computer interactions tracked in order to train AI systems? What do you think about the whole idea of basically kind of changing the narrative around tracking systems? Like, this is bad because it's your supervisor tracking you, but this is good because it's AI tracking you. Do you see some of that in your business world? And what do you think about this with Silicon Valley employees? What do you think about the people bathed in blood money, guzzling down the blood money is just, and then they sit there waving their stupid ass flags? Do you find that just a wee bit offensive? I don't know. Put your thoughts down below. If you like these episodes, do remember they're on Spotify now, also on Apple Podcasts. Links are down on the doobly-doo. Also, my link to LinkedIn is down there if you want to see the other things that I do. And with that, see y'all later.